Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today I got a water-based review for you guys. So, only quick update. Old Dudes X, it's a Pomp's, the base pomade. So we're looking at like 3 to 4 weeks from now onwards for the release. So, real soon, save up your money. We'll go from there. Other than that, no updates. Today we'll be looking at Tough and Tumble Lava Pomade #1, which is their matte pomade. So this is marketed as a pomade, but in all actuality, this is more of a texturizing product. And that's kind of what I expected, given that the unique ingredient of this product is like volcanic clay. And that's a big deal because we've seen a limited number of texturizing products here and a very even more limited number of successful preferred good texturizing products, because now that many of us have like the loose like pompadour in our arsenal, like a finger comb pompadour in our arsenal, we want products that can kind of support it, emphasize it, and do well with it, because it takes a fraction of the time to style and it has its own unique aesthetic that we would like to take advantage of. And so go ahead, start off any other review. We'll start off by looking at the jar, which is actually pretty beautiful. Alright, so here it is, Tough and Tumble. So this is a pomade over from New York. This is not a homebrew pomade as far as I'm aware, but rather a craft pomade. And we use a distinction between homebrewed and craft to distinguish a pomade that's actually brewed out of like a kitchen, a home, and another that's like a very small batch, small business, still like basically just as good, but it can't be cooked up in a home. And so this is also to distinguish them from larger companies such as like Murray's, Dax, Layrite, Suavecito, all of which are much larger like groups, companies that are full-on businesses that have kind of given up, lost, or have no care for the name of craft. And so this is kind of really a parallel to like craft beer and stuff. So, like I said, Tough and Tumble, beautiful font choice, very nice and flowing. I believe this is the Brooklyn Bridge or something like that, because yeah, I've never been to New York. So live hard, stay classy, lava pomade. The distinguish is here, #1 matte pomade, and we see here on the back this is a medium hold, matte finish, highly pliable, and in this small font, I'm sure you guys actually probably can't read that, but the distinguishing like ingredient is volcanic clay. And the idea is that it gives you texture, kind of volume, and just the clayiness. It prevents your hair from sticking together, which is the source of the texture. As I said before, I complain a lot about trying to get a finger comb with like oil-based pomades. You guys can make the like kind of the association there. I believe this is a 3.3 ounce jar, so a pretty standard size. Beautiful aluminum. Kind of, I'd say, this actually reminds me of hard anodizing for like the cap, though I'm sure it's not, because that'd be expensive, but maybe. So opening it up, you have the product inside, which I've already like used and scooped, and it has a really interesting like wetness to it. Like at first it looked a lot like JS Sloan, but once you scoop it out, it gets really like kind of gooey like, and not like sticky, but just like really pliable, which is really distinguishable from other like texturizing products that have actually a variety of strange textures, all the way from like fiber pomades over to, if you guys remember, Billy Jealousy, which actually was a pretty bad fiber product, but it actually scooped out like Greek yogurt. So we have a lot of variation between these products, and so this is how this one looks. Let's go ahead and start using it. So because of the difference between a texturizing pomade and like, or rather a texturizing product and a normal pomade that we use, we're gonna have to change up the format of this review. Not only the content of what I talk about, but actually how I even film it, because styling time is a lot more rushed, free form, and so I really need to be able to like focus and not speak while doing it. So you'll see. So this pomade smells like, I don't know, like a nice cologne type of smell, but with some sort of like Play-Doh-ness, like some sort of like earthiness to it. But like definitely when I first opened it, I was like impressed. Very nice, really clean, and I still am. and overall it's like good. And so I tried this product out for like the past few days, and it's still like a whole nother process to get used to in terms of like using texturizing products, or like texture pomades or texture products, whatever you want to call it, texture clays. However, this one has been like a big improvement over the like other clays that we've used, where we just don't get enough hold, or like we just don't get enough pliability. Like a lot of them just dry up, and like that's okay, we've seen that before, we can actually still work with that, but a lot of them just dry up to this crazy extent where we can't even work with it anymore. But this one has been a big improvement, so I'm now gonna start styling with it. So right away, you guys tell when I scoop it out, it's like super soft, super smooth, and it's really easy. It's not something we're used to with most clays, because like it looks really wet, whereas other clays have looked really dull, or like they had that really clay-like look. That's what clay looks like. And so let's do this. So when I try to style with like a texturizing product, it's no longer really the same process anymore. I mean, some products I still can work with a comb and stuff, but others I just can't anymore. And the reason why I'm rushed is because you lose a lot of styling time with water-based clay products, just due to the fact that a lot of them harden up, and very few of them stay pliable forever. Or at least you don't need it super pliable during the day, but when you're styling, you obviously need it really pliable, easy to work with. But we're talking on the order of like a few minutes. So let's say you apply it to your hair as I do now, and I already feel it hardening up. But in order to take advantage of the feel of it, I need to keep it moving and keep it going. If I do reach a point where it's dried, or with most other like clay or like water-based pomades, if I reach a point where it's truly dried and I keep on working at it, I start just like puffing it out and like breaking like the kind of like what the product has formed into. And so once I break that, the product kind of just powderizes. You need water to reactivate it, and it's not easy to go from there, because at that point you're not working at like full strength anymore. Alright, so use the comb real quick to just at least put everything in a general shape, and then I'll go hand combing from there. Also, my hair is pretty long now, and I can feel like the distinction, or rather the difference, the difficulties of styling with long hair, but it's for the advantages that I keep it long. I'm gonna go ahead and make a part, but I don't know whether I'm gonna keep it or not. But yeah, my hair is like basically probably slightly past my bottom lip now, in terms like the middle and the top, and the sides are about, I say, in at least an inch and a half all around. So it's either an inch and a half or much longer. So it's long enough to like slick down with most products. Only the lightest products have an issue with slicking them down now. So like I did before in like the finger comb how-to video, I'm going to try to form some sort of pomp, and I'm going to destroy it in a little bit. Actually, that's quite a beautiful pomp on its own anyways. Alright, so now with like a pomp sort of formed, you can go ahead, come in, like try to finger comb a few things, put it into like kind of some shape. But the reason why you don't want to hold too tight of a shape is that you're going to lose it eventually. Like this is a clay texture product. You're not going to hold onto like a nice clean pomp the whole day. That's not the purpose of it. They will release another product, another pomade that's actually used for that. But a texturizing product is not meant to keep your hair in the same place the whole day. That's not how it works. And so I'm going to finger comb it because I'm going to purposely mess it up, because that is the natural aesthetic of a texturizing product. And at the same time, I do want to keep volume in the front and stuff for aesthetics, but also because I want my hair to kind of take on that shape for the day, kind of absorb and form into that. And so I'm going to use that and allow the product to kind of settle a little bit, and then call it done. But keep the messiness and get used to finger combing throughout the whole day. And overall, boom, like, I'm done. It looks nice. It has like a unique aesthetic to it. You obviously have to watch out for the stray hairs, but you're gonna get them. Just watch out for them in the really obviously weird areas, like especially down here in the front. And so this is what you get. This is Tough and Tumble Lava Pomade #1, the matte pomade. And so with a texturizing product, we care about a few different things than like regular pomade. So it's matte. Yes, it doesn't like make your hair look even drier. That would be nasty, and especially for me with black hair. If it dries out my hair, or rather it gives me even more matte, it actually looks like my hair is just straight up unhealthy, and it grays out and you can tell right away. So this is matte though. It's neutral, doesn't take shine away, doesn't add any shine, so I like it. The scent is like smooth. The Play-Doh, once you break the surface, is a lot more present, but it still has like that undertone, the clean like cologne and stuff like that, the slightly smooth, clean scent. And so I'll probably throw on some like cologne for today, since like this scent is neutral enough for me to kind of use something on top of it. In terms of texture, like definitely this product has done a great job of like giving you like good texture while not kind of just having my hair fall apart. Because with my fine straight hair, a lot of problems with these texturizing products is that like they separate my hair, but because my hair is really like fine and stuff and really just like straight and stuff, it can't really stand up on its own and stuff. So if you don't allow it to stick to each other, they can't really stand up. But this one does like a great job. There's like a nice balance between like hold and texture. So hats off to them for that. Like, I like it. And lastly, the control. As you guys like can tell before, if you move fast enough, you can get some good control, as I did out of this pomade. If you move too slow, you will start losing the control. Like if I were to go ahead and start trying to style again, by this time now, how much I've spoken to you in this like little video, the pomade has settled down. Moving it from here onwards, you do lose a little bit of strength. Preferably you always work with water, but even so, this pomade is a lot like the Dirty Bird, like Bird matte pomade. But it is a step above, because matte pomade, that stuff hurt to restyle. Like literally, tears would come out of my eyes when I restyled that thing. But this one is doable. It's a lot more doable. And even with water, it's super easy and actually looks amazing. But like with the Dirty Bird, you actually can't touch that out with with water too well. So definitely like one of the better texturizing products on the market right now. One that I would actually use like on the daily. But yeah, so we'll see how long this lasts though, or rather, not how long it lasts. We'll see how the aesthetic changes throughout the day. And so go ahead, go throughout my day now, come back, talk to you guys about that. Alright, so end of the day, let's go ahead, call it done, and consider and think about how well this pomade performed. So if you do like skate, walk, hop, breathe, anything at all during the day, you will lose shape of your hair. Like there's no doubt about it. But it doesn't mean the same thing with a texturizing product. So with a normal pomade, when our hair gets messed up, we describe it as getting messed up. We lose shape, we lose form. That's not something we want. But a texturizing product really encourages you to reconsider what it is, or like kind of redefine what is messing up one's hair. Kind of saying, is it really getting messed up? Because with a texturizing product now, when your hair loses shape, it's a chance to reform, recreate that aesthetic of your hair. And as it gets messed up in some ways, it actually just simply increases the aesthetics of your hair. It gives it a unique look, a unique messy look, a natural look. And so with a texturizing product, the way we approach endurance with like a normal pomade
you kind of got to redo that. We can't really look at it in the same way. And so I'm going to describe to you just what happened until I really define what I would ideally want as I try more texturizing products. But yes, my hair lost shape. Like, no doubt about that. Really easily. But restyling it was possible without water, but even better with water. Without water, your restyling will give you shape, but you will lose height, lose like strength. With water, you'll retain that strength. You still will have like a large pomp. Like, but the aesthetics overall, the way the hair interacts with one another with this product inside, this volcanic clay is not overly texturizing, but at the same time, it's not like diluted by like the actual stickiness of the product. So it's a well balanced product that gives me a really nice balance of like what I want out of like a texture product. The scent is essentially gone at this point. No, nothing bad about that. Finally get a chance to wear cologne again, anyways. What else? This product does harden up. I did want to talk about that. This product hardens up. It's not to the extent of like Suavecito. Like Suavecito Firme, you can kind of fake like a loose pompadour with it, but you can't restyle it. Like running your fingers through that kind of stuff hurts like hell. And same thing with the Dirty Bird. That product was like weird. It was like straight up clay, like, but it actually dried like really hard. And so this one like hardens, but I wouldn't say it really dries up in the same way. It hardens in that like if you agitate it while it hardens up, or once it's hardened up, like you will break like the holding strength of the product. So you gotta be careful about that. So you want to take in some water. But like it does harden up, but it's still workable. Like no doubt about that. And even for comb, but preferably you'll be using your fingers. But yeah, so overall, like this product actually receives my seal of approval. I haven't actually given it out in a while, but yeah, I mean it's not perfect, and by a long shot it's not perfect, but it is one of the best texturizing products we've looked at. And we've looked at about, say, whatever, like 4 or 5 at this point, whether we actually refer to them as texturizing products or not. Either way, like this one is one of the better producing ones. It's giving me one of the better like looking like loose pompadours that I've seen, or that I've had personally. So I would recommend Tough and Tumble Lava Pomade #1 Matte. It is like a good, well balanced texturizing product. Don't approach it in the form of like a normal pomade. Don't do that. You'll be mistaken if you do that. But if you need a texturizing product, I would highly encourage being introduced to that hairstyle, because that whole like premature like top knot deal with like on off days, that's not gonna fly. And so I would encourage more of like just a loose pompadour or something more relaxing. And these types of products would do it, and especially this one. So yeah, this has been a review for Tough and Tumble Lava Pomade #1 Matte. Other than that, enjoy your weekend, guys, and I'll see you next weekend.